Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I am one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me for this 150th episode is none other than the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
You know what it is, right? You know what I'm about to do, right?
What are you doing? I don't know.
I'm about to ask what's popping.
Oh, it's popping. I was waiting for it. I thought you were going to say something exciting.
I mean, what else
expected.
can I say? What else can I say? Hey, stay tuned later in the show. The spicy link is coming out. There we go. How about that?
Also joining us for this 150th episode of the Boss Rush Podcast is none other than the Mad Pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Happy
indeed.
150th.
Salute.
Cheers, indeed. Also joining us on this 150th episode is that retro code Eddie V.
We are back in the building for 150. Yes. Hello, everybody.
What are you wearing there, Ed? What do you got? What do you got on there?
Of course. What's this podcast?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay.
Wait, that's the Pride shirt, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This is the one that I brought to Six Flags, and when I seen me and Corey had showed me the design, I'm just like, oh, I have to get this. So I got the hoodie, but then I'm just like, no, I need to get the purple one also, for representation. So I'm happy to be here with you all. I'm so excited. So yes.
Also joining us on this 150th episode of the Boss Rush Podcast is none other than the Queen of the Bayou herself, Celeste Roberts.
Queen of the Bayou.
Oh my God! Sounds like she's about to like start casting hexes and stuff. Like, don't say it like
Right.
Oh, I don't know
Like-
voodoo, but I'll learn with that
that.
title.
Like, are you part Creole?
No, I'm not actually. I'm Cajun, half Cajun, French.
Okay, okay, even more now.
Also joining us on this 150th episode
Yes.
is none other than the return of the wise Wisconsinite, Mr.
Yes.
Jesse
Woo.
Douglas.
Wait,
How's it going, everyone?
Or should I say?
Wait,
should I say
I
about
don't know.
half of Jesse?
I don't know who
Douglas?
that guy is. I don't recognize that dude.
Yeah.
That's not my Jesse. That's not my Jesse.
Yeah,
No, Jesse.
I'm
you-
what Jesse shit out.
I mean, it sounds like Jesse has got that same energetic smile, but that's not my Jesse.
It's
Jesse,
my
we
turn.
missed you.
Improved. Yeah, I know. I missed you guys too. I've been looking forward to this since because I'd he called me last night and he's like, hey, we're doing 150. Do you want to join? I'm like, yeah, I do. I've been thinking about trying to get back into it again, but I just been busy lately,
Yeah.
and there's a lot, still a lot of things to figure out, but I do want to start trying to get back on again. So
We get it, man. Life comes at you fast.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
It
it does.
Well,
But
the
yeah,
gang's all here. Jesse, I'm glad
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
to join us tonight. Celeste, I'm glad you're here too. Ed,
Yeah.
well, you're here.
We've got
Wait, what?
we've got
that energy.
yeah. I mean, we've got 3 members of the Founder Squad here, and we've got 3 members of the Upstarts here. So yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. How's everyone doing? Everybody having a good week so far? Everybody?
Oh.
Hell no.
No,
Hell no.
that is not the right.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
I am on 4 different types of jet lag from this holiday weekend. No, this is not. No, like yesterday was the Mondayest freaking Tuesday of my year so far. I did not get enough done over the holiday weekend. That's probably my fault. Did not do enough gaming. And shoot. I'm emotionally distressed. Jeez, there you go.
Oh no.
You asked the question, I gave you the answers.
Oh
What's
man,
going on? What's going on? Where'd you go for your trip?
I haven't done a trip yet. The trip is coming, but it's not coming yet.
Oh, the jet
Ah.
lag. I was thinking you traveled a lot.
right.
No. I'm just mental jet lag. It's not physical jet lag.
Oh, I understand.
Well, I got to hang out with Grayson, We both had.
Oh, I'm
know.
so
Carson Post is
I'm so
great.
jealous. I'm so jealous. Like y'all stuffing y'all's faces and shit.
I know.
Oh,
I wish I had friends that lived within a relatively close driving distance.
but I had to take the trains to get there. But it was so good to see him. We actually had a good Chicago style hot dog. We talked about gaming and just he told me about his sushi dinner that he had with his partner that he spent $120. I was just like, it was $120 worth it.
Yes.
So he's going to be on Power Block in a couple of weeks. He's so excited to come on Power Block, and I can't wait to have him.
Well, he doesn't really need an invite. He can just show up, and I mean, he probably knows more about
that's
Nintendo
the
than we do.
friend who just walks through your back door instead of through your front door.
I know. Why do these people always act like they need an invite? They can just say, "Hey, I'm coming to Pal Block, Crossroads, Tower Casuals." Andre and I almost invited ourselves to Tower Casuals last week. We almost did.
Welcome.
Well, no, because we had a nice setup, and it's probably still going to be a setup because I just added Destiny to my library, and Andre Stone and I on Crossroads last week had the idea to say, hey, like we should have a complete and absolute newbie come on to like the show for Destiny and have these guys talk basically crash course them. Which that'd be me.
The closest I've done to Destiny is downloaded the characters on Fortnite.
Wow.
I mean,
wait, so
I
they have
also
Destiny characters on Fortnite?
Yeah, they just put them in
Yeah.
with the new update because the new season of Destiny just started, Season of Plunder. If you guys haven't heard, this season is about pirates.
Here we go.
And then and then they announced the new expansion. So to celebrate the PC version coming to the Epic Games Store, they put 3 of the main characters in Fortnite as purchasable skins, and I bought them all.
You heard that on Tower Castro and on Nintendo Power Block because me and Chris been talking about Destiny for the last 2 weeks.
I can't help it, guys.
I don't even talk about Monster Hunter that much.
See, Stephanie's gonna be happy because I also pre-ordered the 3 Monster Hunter amiibos from GameStop.
Oh yeah!
I can't give them my coins.
Tweets.
I can't give them my coins. I'm just going to go to Play Asia and import Malzeno. Like the cat looks cool this time. I might get the cat this time.
So I'm having it shipped to my house because all the GameStops that's around me are not getting it.
Really?
Like, yeah, they were just like,
oh boy, is it guaranteed then? Like that sounds a little hokey.
From the looks of it, since nobody really played Monster Hunter and know about Amiibo around my area, I should be able to get it. And everything. And plus, there's not many GameStops around. I think after the pandemic, 5 to 6 stores closed down. So if I need to like go to a GameStop, I gotta go up to Wisconsin or maybe into Chicago to get them. They're literally gone.
So were those only exclusive to like GameStop or something? But yours aren't getting them.
Well, in the United States looks like GameStop's getting them, which I think is utter trash because I feel like Best Buy outsells GameStop these days.
Well, me and Corey was talking about Best Buy. I went in there Sunday, or I went in there the past week. Just see how their games were and everything. So Switch is looking good with some of the Amiibo, but Xbox and PlayStation, they're reducing a lot of it.
Well, I mean, the conversation we had the other day on Power Block, I think, or on Expansion Pass, or one of these 8,000 shows that we do, we were talking about how like the Xbox section of all these stores is shrinking because they're really pushing digital, and a lot of these places aren't going to carry an Xbox or games if you're going to sell the Series S for $250. You know what I mean? Like Xbox is pushing the subscription. They're pushing digital sales. They're pushing, subscriptions, and it's just,
which by the way,
it's fine.
Which by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and call this right now. The price of Game Pass is going up. Get ready.
I mean,
I guarantee you by sometime summer next year, not the start, probably in the middle, maybe at the end, Game Pass is going up.
I think I actually think they're gonna do what Amazon Luna does, is where they keep the price the same and you can add packages onto it. Like Ubisoft, Ubisoft
I didn't know
thing.
Amazon. I didn't know Amazon was doing something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's their version of Google Stadia.
Well, and
why
they've
do
kind of did that too with like a lot of the streaming services, like like Hulu and all that. You can like, I want the horror, like like the horror movie stuff, and then you can add, like, you pay another $5 a month, and then you can get like things like that.
Kind of almost like cable, like how you can add channels and stuff.
Yeah, like packages.
Yeah. So I mean, that's I don't know. Xbox is in a weird spot, and now PlayStation's trying to blame them for owning Call of Duty, and PlayStation is trying to.
That was always the big question, though. As soon as this whole Activision Blizzard shit went down, that was always a big question. What's the deal? What's going on with Call of Duty?
As
even
soon as they made the purchase, they said their plan was to keep Call of Duty multi-platform beyond the agreement.
Yeah.
I talked about that with Ed, just really quick. Like, I mean, the thing is like, taking stuff like that away from something that's been so massive for so long, like, you're only hurting the consumers. So like, it just wouldn't be smart. Just like them, like Microsoft continuously letting like Minecraft and stuff like that be on multi-platforms, and not really taking that away. Like, what's the point? I mean, when they can take a little percentage off of every sale for a game on PlayStation 2, like, like, why?
But even me and Corey was talking about this. I'm just like, Sony literally can retaliate with Destiny. So in my opinion,
they can retaliate, but that kind of hurts their contract with Bungie, because Bungie had the stipulation in there that they can still continue to release the product the way they want it to.
Yeah, it's in the contract that if Sony ever tried to make it exclusive, they could they can't.
They can buy back their contract.
Yeah. So, which, I mean, I think we're going to start seeing more and more of this from both sides. Is like all like the games, a lot of the games that they own are going to be multi-platform. It's the heavy hitters that are going to remain.
Well,
exclusive.
For Microsoft, can we actually see some games?
Fair. Fair. Hey man, we're getting season 3 of Halo in March.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wasn't that supposed to be this month, though?
It was supposed to be out a while ago on the original timeline. Look, I think the bones of Halo are very good. They just really messed up the service part of that game.
Pretty much.
I mean, at this point, I saw a stat the other day. At this point in Halo 3's life cycle, they had released something like 16 new maps at this point, from release to current state. Which, granted, 2 consoles ago, technology's changed, whatever, but still.
I still feel like
even brought on Certain Affinity again to make maps.
I feel like people just moved on from that game.
You know what? We're going to move on from this conversation and shout out our Patreon producers. Huh? See what I did there? If you want to support the Boss Rush podcast and other shows on the network, you can head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Patreon is a subscription service where you can directly support your favorite creators and what they do at specific tiers. We offer 2 tiers currently. The $1 tier, where you get early access to all of the show, or not all of the shows, 5 separate shows. And if you subscribe at the $5 tier, you get early access plus a Patreon producer credit. What does that mean? It means you get your name shouted out right now on this program, as well as others. So without further ado, our Patreon producers of this episode of the Boss Rush podcast are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, my wife, Sana Dieg, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons. I want to thank all of our free listeners. Remember, if you are a free listener, leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really helps us out, helps with discoverability. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, all those YouTube word things that people say. Yeah.
Like,
Well,
come on. You guys have been doing this long enough now. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, notify, all that stuff. You guys know what's up.
but LeRon, what's a YouTube?
It's that little thing that's on your phone that looks like a white and red square with a little triangle pointing to the right in there. You click that, and when you open it up, it's like a million trillion billion videos that you can just watch.
Million?
Right
Is it
there on
like
the
a-
spot.
Is it like a Netflix or?
Netflix.
It's like the Netflix for nerds. For nerds, gamers, people who want to do makeup, cook, all
5-year-olds.
Except it's got stuff on it that I actually want to watch.
No, not really. I know. I sounded very condescending there, but yeah, like
It's funny. It sounds like that military came out of you. You're old school. I'm just like, oh.
I'll save it for another night.
All right. Well, you know what, Jesse? You've got 8 months to catch up on. What are you doing with your life? What are you playing, watching, doing? You're not eating, apparently, so that's new.
Wow.
Oh, man.
No, trust me, I have been eating, but it's going back to my old habits, but I gotta stop that. But yeah, I've been playing Fortnite. Like me and my girlfriend have been like we'll play Fortnite a lot of the times or PUBG. Actually, I've played that a little bit again. It's actually not bad. Like I enjoy it. And then yeah, I know it's like you guys have been kind of behind somewhat, but yeah, I do have a girlfriend, and we're actually living together right now. Yeah, but yeah, we both been gaming quite a bit, but she likes Elder Scrolls Online a lot mostly, so she plays that a lot, and every once in a while I'll help her design her house in the game, but
As one
yeah,
does.
but I actually have been playing like not a lot of it, but I've been playing the new Saints Row game, and I really do like that game a lot. Like my character is Harry Potter essentially. Yeah, it's fun being Harry Potter and like being this like gang, like trying to join different gangs where I'm at right now. But eventually, I think it's about to get to the point of where we start the Saints. But the game is a lot of fun. Like I was a little worried because I was such a big fan of that original games, like having the characters change and stuff. The setting, like I wasn't too sure I was going to like, because it's kind of deserty in a lot of places. Like it's like, yeah, it just kind of feels like it's out
like the
more.
glitz and neon lights are gone.
Yeah, but they do have a lot of that, like, so like they do a good job of kind of balancing that, like having, it's almost like the Grand Theft Auto game, like where you have your areas that are kind of deserty and all that, and you can go in the different kind of areas that have different settings and different feels to it.
Let me ask a question real quickly, because you brought it up. Do you prefer the old school Saints Row, like Saints Row 1 and 2, or do you like the Saints Row 3 and 4 style?
I like the probably 2 and 3 are my favorite. So I've talked with Ed about this a bunch of times. We've gone back and forth about which one's better, 2 or 3. But like in Saints Row 2, they just did something really cool. Like, like it kind of brought back that nostalgia of the old school, like putting a code in, to unlock unlimited ammo, or, like, but instead what they did is they did a really cool idea is they did where you finish all these missions and then you unlock unlimited ammo for the pistols and unlimited ammo for the, like, they make you actually want to do the side missions because then it rewards you with having unlimited ammo or, special abilities, which that's a big thing in this new game is every gun, every vehicle has its own special ability that you can use, which is really cool. Like I really do like the changes they've made in this game versus what they did in the other ones. Because I'll be honest, the last Saints Row proper game, like I really did not like, because like the whole idea of it was like you were basically in like a matrix, and you had superpowers, which completely got rid of the point of driving a vehicle when you can fly everywhere. Like what's
fly,
like,
or you can run like super fast.
Yeah. It really just completely broke the
formula.
Yeah, the formula, and it just didn't feel good at all. Like I did not like it.
Did they break the formula, or was the formula just do whatever the hell they wanted? Because I feel like, because I jumped on Saints Row during Saints Row 3, and it's been a hell of a ride for me. I didn't like them when they were just pure Grand Theft Auto clones. I didn't like them because I'm not the biggest Grand Theft Auto fan, even though I do respect Grand Theft Auto. It's just that but yeah, I felt like once they started breaking the fourth wall, which they did that in Saints Row 3, like it just got zany,
and they did that in 2 as well. They like really the first game was the one that kind of stayed pretty, cut and paste. And then by 2 already, they decided like we don't want to be Scream, we want to be Scary Movie. Like like they want they want to be the goofier, like have fun version of Saints Row, like of Grand Theft Auto, because Theft Auto does have its fun, goofy parts, obviously, but it's still kind of trying to be somewhat, like a great, a AAA game with, like trying to be, more realistic. And whereas they didn't really worry about that too much. They more wanted to just capitalize on the just going completely crazy with the characters and just the weirdness of it. And like, like I love the whole, like where, like you're trying to rack up your bill for your your insurance or whatever, by getting injured, on purpose, by getting hit by cars, and then comboing, like you could make your character fly in the air towards like other vehicles to try to keep that, like the multiplier going and stuff like that. And then having, like, they had the sewage truck where you had to go around and like squirt like shit all over everything and try to damage stuff, and then they had like where you get in the tank and try to blow up everything and do, try to basically damage the town and keep a multiplier going. And they just went with the just craziness of that, and they kind of brought a lot of that back into this new one. But like, it was really about the characters and the goofiness, so in the like 2 and 3 for sure, Saints Row. But they're kind of trying to keep that going in this new one, and I think they've done a pretty good job. Like I think they've done a good job of also making, like, doing the side missions and stuff like that, like, rewarding, and making it so you actually want to do that stuff. Like, because a lot of times in games, it's just like, you can get extra money or you can get extra this or that. And it's like, whatever. If you really don't care about that, then you're not going to want to do that. But in these games, they actually give you reason to do that stuff. So,
well, I know in this one, some of the missions are locked if you don't do the side quests and complete them.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's probably stuff where you like meet certain characters or something, and then it will unlock.
No, you have to literally do some side quests to actually to progress the game. You actually have to do these things in order to get further in the game.
Oh, okay. Which, I mean, I'm sure some people probably don't like that, but like, honestly, I have always enjoyed doing the side missions in the Saints Row games, but but just because they do make it fun and like make it like worth experiencing. You just like because some of the goofy characters that you deal with and stuff like that, like yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not super far into it yet, like I said, but like I do like a lot of the stuff that they've kind of brought into this game. Like I said, like having the special abilities for each gun and different kinds of versions of guns that you can unlock and they have their own abilities and looks and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of that when I'm not playing Fortnite.
Nice.
We'll have to run some co-op, Jesse.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played it with the co-op, but I'm up for that.
Yeah. And then besides that, I've been like other stuff, like we've been watching, movies, some of our favorites. She likes Disney movies and stuff. And so, like the other night I was trying to find him, like, have you ever watched the movie series of Alice in Wonderland it had one of Ringo Starr in it and like a whole bunch of famous people, and it was like it's like all together I think a 4 or 5 hour movie series, because they did Alice in Wonderland and then they did Alice Through the Looking Glass, which had the Jabberwocky, which like I remember the dragon thing, she's got to try to get away from it and stuff like that. But like, so we looked that up actually on YouTube, and I found part 1 and 2 on YouTube. But yeah, it was, I think it came out in 83 or 81 or something like that.
Wow, I didn't even know that existed.
Oh,
Yeah.
It wasn't Adventures in Wonderland, because I used to watch that as a kid.
It might have been. It might have been. It was. Yeah, I don't remember. Like, it starts off with her sister, and then she goes, chases the rabbit. It's all live action too, so it's like, like it's actual people acting and stuff like that and doing it. So it was the first live action version of Alice in Wonderland, essentially. But it was on CBS, I guess, originally.
Okay.
This sounds familiar.
The one I watched, The Adventures in Wonderland, it took place in modern day at the time, the early 90s.
Okay.
I don't know if that sounds familiar at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've been having trouble, like, nailing down exactly when it came out, because, like, there's a lot of Alice in Wonderland stuff that's over the years, but yeah, I could have swore it said, like, the original Alice in Wonderland live action thing came out in like 81 and then or 83 or something like that, and then the second part came out in 85 or something. I'm not sure. Like, I can't find it, so I can't find exactly what year it came out, but I just remember watching it a long time ago on TV. But
nice.
But yeah, and I got a camera and been taking pictures and stuff like that, learning how to use the camera. So
nice. Well, Celeste, you're not around as often either. What are you doing with your life? I know you were just in Denver.
Yes. I had to go to Denver for work. We had a conference. I was there from last Tuesday until Saturday morning. And we stayed mostly in the city. Timmy, my boyfriend, did not come with me. I wanted to get a feel for the conferences so that I can decide, okay, should you accompany me? We extend it as a vacation, or will you be bored out of your mind? So, but we stayed in the downtown Denver, and I'm going to say when I landed in the Denver airport, I got really lightheaded, and I thought, oh my goodness, I never get sick. Am I getting sick? It turned out to be the altitude difference, because where I live is 13 feet above sea level, and Denver is several thousand feet above sea level.
yeah, that's why people go there to practice for like the Olympics and stuff, I believe. Like, because then that altitude training or whatever.
Yeah, Timmy was telling me that if football players go to play over there, like for I guess if they're playing in the Broncos Stadium or different college teams over there, the rival teams have to go there pretty early to train because their ability to play can be affected. And some of my coworkers who went to the gym in our hotel said they felt their heart rate went up a lot faster because none of us live in Denver. But it was nice. But after a few days, I noticed like my throat was kind of hurting and my nose was stuffy. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I sick? But all my other coworkers were having the same issue. It was the dry air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but it was fun. We would go out to dinner. We networked with people at the conference. So I'm someone who I like to say I'm secretly 80 years old because I try to go to bed early and get up early. And on Friday night, the last night after dinner, some of my coworkers said, let's go out. I said, okay, are we going to a lounge, going to hang out? They wanted to go to Dierks Bentley's Whiskey Row. I am not a bar person. I'm not a club person. Just it was loud. I think we were some of the oldest people there.
Oh, wow.
It was cool, but like as the music played, I felt my body just vibrating. And so we get this seated booth area. Apparently you have to pay to sit in one of those, but I mean, our company was paying for it. I wasn't paying for it. And one of my coworkers said that they glimpsed at the receipt and it was like $1,500 just to sit there.
Oh, so like a VIP lounge.
Yeah.
Being VIP.
I have no idea. I was just going wherever they went. But then next thing I know, there's coming to bring Patron and Grey Goose to our table, and they popped this bottle of confetti, and I almost shit my pants because I wasn't expecting to sound that way. Confetti, I jumped. I honestly just had water because it was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, Mountain Time, and I live in Central Time, so I was already an hour behind. I was exhausted. But I will say the highlight, and I had no idea this was going to be there, the Stanley Cup was there.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
nice.
It's the 125-year-old trophy for the winning hockey team. And apparently Denver's team, the Avalanche, had won in June of this year. And it's in Denver. And so it was on the stage. I was like, why? There are security guards at bars and nightclubs, but there's an inordinate amount of security guards and cops at this particular nightclub to guard the Stanley Cup. So there were people on the stage, and some people were actually drinking from it, which apparently is a tradition. And I was texting Timmy, and I was like, the Stanley Cup's here. And he's like, you're going to drink from it? I said, no, I would like to not get a disease tonight. But thank you. Yeah, it's a huge trophy. And the man, Phil Pritchard, who is called the keeper of the cup, everywhere the cup goes, he goes. So one of my coworkers is a huge hockey fan, and he got a picture with him, and I was like, well, this person must be important. I better get a picture with him. I had no idea who he was, but I got a picture with him. So yeah, he shook my hand. Yeah, it was cool, but so I have to travel for work a few times a year. I think next is Austin. I've been to Austin before. Then we have to possibly, I will be going to San Diego and Las Vegas at some point. So
Nice.
I like to eat and hang out with people. I'm not a big drinker or partier, but if I was very upset I could not request Yin Yang Twins from the DJ, 'cause I would have been. When I went to the bathroom, I think the girl in front of me was a little tipsy because I was like, do you know if we can request songs from the DJ? She said, I don't know. What would you request? Yin Yang Twins? Fuck yeah! Yin Yang Twins!
Celeste is out there trying to get low out in Colorado.
Me and Celeste, when I come to Louis, we're gonna get low, and Tim gonna walk away.
You can get low in my house, in my living room. I'll put on some Just Dance. That's what we can do. No, I just like my method of dancing was just sitting at the table, just doing like this. So I'm a newbie. So apparently when they bring you the drinks to the table, it's called table service.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what's the other term? Isn't there something else it's called?
I thought that was it. Table service.
Table service.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another term. I don't know. And I was telling Timmy about it. He's like, do you not listen to rap music? They talk about this in rap songs, Celeste. You were living a rap song. I was like, oh, okay. I know. Yeah. Hey, Master RBG in the chat. Yes, I'm really happy you agree with my decision not to get a disease from the Stanley Cup. I don't know if it's transmittable. I grew up Catholic, as did Stephanie, so we're kind of familiar with drinking from wine cups shared by the community.
Yeah. I can't believe we used to do that. I'm glad they don't do that anymore.
And all the priest or the person helping
They just
the other one, they just wipe it with a cloth. That's
right.
So, I'm still alive, but yeah. What else have I been doing? Working. I've been helping with Another Zelda podcast as much as I can. Doing some 1v1 interviews. I try to do at least 2 a month. The most recent one that was posted, at least at the time of this recording of Boss Rush Podcast, is my one with Mason Prophet. And before that, I had Octorden and I had Courtney Yikes. Am I forgetting anyone, Corey?
I don't think so.
I just interviewed a tabletop RPG creator on Labor Day, so I'm excited.
I have a couple
I gotta
things
get some
to post
interviews.
Still, so.
And we've Talk the Walk is back. We have recorded Firewatch and Sagebrush, which Eddie could not make because he was working.
What a jerk.
Yes.
It was really funny. It was the day of. I was in the call with Christian from Franchise Fest, and I was like, Eddie, are you popping in? I'm so sorry, Celeste. I have to go to work.
Yeah, I literally was ready to record, and the person, my manager, her daughter ended up getting sick and having a seizure. So she couldn't open to work, so I had to go to work that day. So that was the only reason why.
Just don't answer the phone, Ed.
Not all heroes wear capes, Ed.
But other than that, I'm still playing Stray. I try to play a little bit each week. I'm going to be honest. Even though I work from home, I don't really get to play a lot. I try to do things that help me wind down at night. I've been dealing with a lot of sleep issues. I don't sleep very well. I don't know if that's just part of getting older. Does anybody else deal with sleep issues, or is it just me?
Me.
I have a lot of old lady problems and old people things, but sleep isn't one of them for me, thankfully.
Do you want to trade? What's your other old lady problem? I'll take it. Whatever.
Oh, well, just the fact that I can't stay up past 10 o'clock at night, which we were just talking about, and I agreed heavily. I can't drink like more than 1 beer before I just get sleepy and have a hangover for 3 days.
Wow.
My back always hurts. I wear a heating pad every morning when I sit down to log into my computer.
I thought I was the old fogey. I'm rocking it.
I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm sure most people have been listening to some of the podcasts. I just moved back into my house after it was damaged from Hurricane Ida last year, and I don't mind talking about this because I think if it helps somebody else to get it as well, I'm actually scheduling appointments with some counselors. Because my best friend, I was describing my symptoms to her, and she said you might have some kind of PTSD from everything. Because we actually stayed for the storm, which we normally don't do, and just the aftermath of dealing with insurance and everything else and just seeing your area messed up. So I'm going to start seeing a counselor next week. I heard she's really good, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I have that resource. And if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, even if you're not feeling particularly distressed, everybody deals with something, even if you're just stressed with work or family or relationships or bad neighbors, whatever it is. That we have these resources, and if you can afford it, please look into it. Look at your insurance if you have insurance, or
absolutely.
If you're religious, your pastor or your priest, rabbi, whatever that the person is, talk to them.
Yeah, you mentioned neighbors. A really quick story. The new place that I'm in right now. So I was getting stuff in and out of my car, bringing stuff up, and I went downstairs, and the next thing I know, there's like police with like fully automatic weapons outside, like, sir, why is your front door wide open? I'm like, because I'm bringing stuff out of my car up here. We just moved. He's like, do you know where your downstairs neighbor is? I'm like, no, I seen him a little bit ago, but I don't know where he is. Well, yeah, they were looking for him.
Whoops.
And yeah, and
Nice.
then they
in
wanted
your
me to come.
place.
Well, so like we live upstairs. It's like a double decker like house. Like we live upstairs, and then downstairs there's another place. And yeah, they were living in that place, and yeah, it turns out he's not a great person. He's in jail now.
Oh
But
wow.
He was threatening
Okay.
something with kids.
Oh.
harm
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope.
the wife, possibly. Yeah, so yeah, there was something crazy going on, but that was
Sounds like a great
that
guy.
was not fun. Yeah, yeah. So that was kind of an interesting start
Intro.
to a new place.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But-
God, that's terrifying. Yeah. I'm at the jail and Stray right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting close to the end.
I am. I'm a little stressed because I'm trying to lock up the security guards so that well, no spoilers. I don't want to say too much. I haven't beaten it, but
Well, I think me and Stephanie finished it, right?
yes. I don't know if any listeners have beaten it, but it's a little stressful part. It's not bad, but again, I cannot play things like that amp me up before I go to sleep. What else? I'm trying to read a little bit here and there. I'm also trying to just watch relaxing YouTube videos at night. People who have a very soothing presence. I like to watch that and try to help me go to sleep.
I'm glad you watch all
And-
my shows, Celeste. It's
Oh,
very
you don't
kind
put
of
me
you.
to sleep, Corey.
Wow. Shade.
But yeah, I'm really leading a pretty boring life right now.
Nothing
Well-
wrong with that though.
Boring can be
Look,
good.
you've had I think it's safe to say you've had a hell of a last year. I think it's boring is okay for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I cherish boring. I just want to
Exactly.
keep waking up early, drinking my coffee with my cats around me. And yeah, if you've ever been through anything not fun in life, whether, a natural disaster, somebody's sick, something with yourself, you will absolutely cherish. I mean, I've liked boring days before, but I really like boring days now.
Yeah. Well. Who wants to go next? Ed?
Okay. So I, of course, just been working, doing some writing, recording stuff with Corey. I'm going to go see Jesse next weekend, so I'm excited to go see
I'm
him.
jealous.
All you guys that live close.
Hey, I've tried to come up to you to come see you. You know how much I want to see you, Corey.
I know. I'm just working a lot. Can't help it.
I know that. We're both working a lot. I think we all are working a lot. So,
I think we're all adults. So I think that's
Yeah.
what I'll come to the conclusion.
Getting ready to do the beauty of video games. The theme is music to be marveled by, where I'll be celebrating everything video game related with music. So I'll be talking about the creators, some recognizable tunes, and where the video game music go in the future. Hopefully I have a special guest to do the epilogue. I had to get in touch with that person. Touchdown. LeRon is still.
He's
Her
here.
audio issue. Oh, I can't
He's
hear.
muted. I know.
Oh, he's muted. Okay. Yeah, just I was so like job wise, we got a new store manager, and then we got another manager, and a lot of things are just changing with the managers. So I'm filling in for a lot of stuff, doing split shifts, coming in for extra hours. I've been on call, but like now I'm literally on call because of our two other managers' kids and stuff. So if something happens to their kids, they gotta leave and I gotta go to work. So that's been happening. Other than that, just been eating and like gaming and stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, talking to Grayson, we got talking about like game of the year stuff and everything, like Elden Ring and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and stuff like that. And we got to talking about what level of fairness is it going to be for Game of the Year? Is people going to give it to Elden Ring just because it's a Souls game and they love that genre, or should Xenoblade Chronicles 3 get it because they do of course, outside of the soundtrack, they really did narrative. And I was talking to when I was talking to Grayson, I was just like, for all those people who said God of War had the best narrative, the 2004 people who were finding out narrative, Xenoblade 3 has that same kind of level of narrative, and it's hard to like talk about it because you don't want to spoil the game and everything. And so we were just talking about all of that, like the fairness for a game of the year. Like, how do you should games for nominations be equal when they're judged, or is it more of a like/favorite kind of thing?
Okay. All right. Not to sound all Pollyannish, but I feel like all games do get judged equally, but they actually get looked at through a different lens.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that okay, so we're gonna take Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and stack it up against Elden Ring, right? They're both RPG games. There is narrative there, but there's different types of narrative for those styles of games and stuff like that. I think it all goes under a lens and gets scrutinized in that particular format. Just like like if we threw a Final Fantasy game into there, like that game will get looked at and judged a little bit differently, stuff like that. I do think it all gets all the fairness. Now the problem is where sponsorships come in, and as well as like, do we have the right people on the judging crew?
Yeah, and me and Craig talked about it. We was talking about because we ended up talking about It Takes Two and everything, and I'm gonna get more to that. Everybody could go watch Power Block for that discussion. And it just kind of felt like a game that barely people played got Game of the Year, but it was because their creator was there. Where Metroid Dread, I felt like, really earned that Game of the Year spot and everything. Nothing against Psychonauts or anything like that, but I'm like, Metroid Dread, not only did people love it and it did good in sales, but people who don't never speed run literally was trying to speed run that game.
Well, like, here's a question. Well, two questions actually. When you said that, did you say it's my opinion that, or did you say that like it was fact?
So a lot of people who were responding to the reactions for It Takes Two for the Game Awards, I know it was kind of surprising. A lot of people just said they never played it. So I was wondering, when me and Corey was talking about it, I was saying that, does our vote even matter when it comes to the Game Awards?
No, it doesn't.
Because it doesn't. No, it's not going to matter. No, until, well, first of all, like, remember when I was on, I can't remember, but you and I were both on whatever episode we talked about the unveiling of like when they announced the awards and stuff. You and I both were talking about that. And remember, I said somewhere that a lot of these are voters' choice, but it only goes into 2% of the actual overall voting.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean, like in my opinion, that doesn't really that doesn't do anything. In my opinion.
Right, because that was the weirdest. I think that was the weirdest thing about it. Just like, who voted for It Takes Two?
About 80% of the game's media who gets it.
All right, so here's something sobering. It Takes Two has sold over 7 million copies, based off of this lookup. Whereas Metroid Dread has only topped plus 3 million copies.
But you got to realize multi-platform versus one platform.
Well, I mean, yeah, they do pare that down. They do that. I know that, but here's the thing about it: like, how many Nintendo Switches are sold out there?
Right now,
17 million, I think.
How many? And how many people in their household have more than one Nintendo Switch? Y'all kind of hurt the sales. Let's just be honest with you. It's hard to say 1-to-1 when, like, I know people that have literally 4 Nintendo Switches in their household, and they're for them. It's not for a wife and kids,
But and it's kind of, that's why I'm just like, I know Game of the Year really doesn't matter or anything and stuff like there. It was just like a discussion that we were just having while we was eating lunch, because it's just like, even though something will get Game of the Year, it may not be talked about or even remembered after its award.
Oh, I agree.
Because when me and Craig was talking, I was just like, look at Breath of the Wild. Yes, it won Game of the Year and everything, but look how many people are still playing that game. Look how many news stories people are still bringing out about finding bugs and glitches and breaking it. And it's just for like any other Game of the Year, just like it won it and then that's it.
I have one more question though too. With It Takes Two though, didn't they do a thing where like if one person bought a copy of it, two different people could play without a copy?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yes.
So technically, like even
they
though
kinda
they sold
hurt-
that
they kinda-
many, they sold
Yeah, they
that
kinda
many,
hurt
but
their
a
own
lot
sales.
more may have played it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
You
say
know,
like
yeah.
10 or 11 million people probably played it.
Yeah.
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 A different-
Just,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ed.
it was just the reactions and that people were just like, huh? I think it was confusing because people knew of the game, but I think it was people felt like there was talk of nobody playing it, nobody not really streaming it, even though some people probably did stream it. We just wasn't in the know about it. It just kind of felt like it was a game that came and went. But if you looked at anything trending or anything talked about when it came to like Nintendo, definitely with Metroid Dread, it kind of stayed there for a while. So it was just, I think it was just that weird
Metroid
thing.
Dread had a lot of news because people had knee-jerk reactions about people running emulators for it. People had knee-jerk reactions about people dissing the series and all that stuff. Things like stuff like that. Like Metroid Dread had a lot more news going on, and also Metroid Dread. Let's be honest with you, Metroid Dread. Well, a game that is published or developed by Nintendo is always going to have more buzz. Is always going to occupy more.
It's the
space in
Nintendo
people's-
bump.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Sony games are starting to get that too.
Yeah.
And whether it's fair or not, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of games out there that are like Nintendo games. Like I Nintendo Switch's attach rate is like 9.3 games per console. Which is like the highest since like. I don't know. I don't remember what the stat was. The highest since something. But like, so going back to the point though of games being judged fairly, I'm going to tell you which game will not be judged fairly based on solely on who this game is attached to, and that's Hogwarts Legacy. Mm-hmm. There's already been outlets saying they will not cover it.
Which I think is kind of bullshit. Because I mean, all J.K. Rowling is at this point is just the creative. She's barely the executive producer for the franchise now. Like her input doesn't really matter that much anymore. Stephanie, I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Damn it! I did it again. No, I was just making a comment about people being stupid.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, and that also factors into it because like didn't like a whole bunch. Like the Lord of the Rings prequel right now, they had to turn off aggregate reviews because of all the stupidity and shit that was going on, behind that.
Well, it's in a way it's kind of unfair. I'm like, look at all the stuff that happened with Activision that people weren't going to play their games. And
and like 3 weeks later,
lie.
Diablo 2 came out and everybody was giving it like 8s and 9s.
Yeah, that was a lie. That was a lie.
Like,
people need to stick to their own guns on some of this stuff.
So
to be honest with you.
So it's just like if you're gonna do it to one thing, like judge something or be unfair to it, like Hogwarts Legacy. I know because of J.K. Rowling and the beliefs and stuff. I think people are still gonna. I think if the main media outlets are not gonna cover it, someone will.
Dude, Harry Potter is one of the biggest. Harry Potter is one of the biggest IPs on the planet. That game's gonna sell at least 5 million units.
Hold on. I got this, guys. Warner Brothers, if you guys listen to me right now, I know you guys are having a lot of bad press right now of all the stuff that's going on with HBO Max, and like the whole deal and all that stuff. Check this out. If you guys want a fair and accurate review of Hogwarts Legacy, the Boss Rush Network will definitely set you guys up, and we will do it fair and unbiased based off our own thoughts and views. Hold on. I gotta get this out there just in case someone from Warner Brothers is listening to us. Just in case. What we're trying to say is we will give this game a fair shake despite all the shite that the creatives have put into it, we'll make sure that the actual creative team and developers will get a fair shake, and we will make sure that it's an honest review from us. Send it our way. BossRush.net.
Fun fact:
What?
Ooh,
Avalanche.
preach.
Avalanche is the team that made Disney Infinity, so you got points for me there. Yeah. But
I think there are going to be some people, like you said, LeRon, like not little content creators, but content creators. I think to them, if the main media is not going to cover it or review it, this is more ways that people who are looking for reviews, who are curious about it, this is how they get more views.
There are
Get
so
more
many.
listeners and stuff.
There are so many Harry Potter fans out there that even if these dumbass outlets like IGN, like Silicon Era, all these suckers out there, we're gonna boycott the game because J.K. Rowling. Yeah, we know J.K. Rowling is trash. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
maybe-
bigger. It's
I'll buy
bigger than her
two
at this
copies. I'll
point.
buy one for Xbox and one for Switch.
That's
But-
the thing is Harry Potter is bigger than her at this point.
Exactly.
Like she started it, but it's done its own thing. Like at this point,
Exactly.
They're literally
Yeah.
building a
It's-
third theme park in Florida for this stupid franchise.
It's the main thing is support, or people are just like they really wish that money wouldn't go to her, but because of their love
It's
for this
just the way it
franchise, it
Look
exactly it is just the way it is. If you,
Look at how deplorable Ellen DeGeneres is, and look at all the money and support she's gotten over the decades.
yeah.
I
So-
think
Oh,
when
go
you
ahead.
start
Celeste.
I think when you start virtue signaling like this, now if you are someone who does not want to, in your mind, it would be wrong to buy this because it goes against your beliefs. I mean, that's up to you. You vote with your dollars. But I don't believe in trashing other people who may not even be
Who want-
aware
Who
of the
want to do
drama
this? Yeah.
and what the creator of this franchise believes. Some people just want to enjoy things, and I want to say you are treading a very dangerous line, because if you investigated every single
Mhm.
thing, every single company that you patron,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you're going to find something problematic. And I do not support virtue signaling or making other people feel bad for liking a creation. How many great artists and great authors are out there that we celebrate and study today? How many of them did horrible things?
Mhm.
And again,
Celeste.
I love how you brought virtue signaling, because virtue signaling is why I own a copy of The Last of Us Part 2, but I've never played it.
Here,
Virtual signaling is why I want to go see Don't Worry Darling, in the movie theaters. And now I'm like, I'll just wait for it to come home release.
here's
That's-
the thing. If you want to live a totally virtuous life, you better go sell your Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo is owned by 5% of it's owned by the Saudi government. You know what they do? They slaughter people in the streets. Okay.
Yep.
You want to guess
they
what?
come
Your
to American-
PlayStation
hell, they
5
come to
sitting
American
behind
Soul
you,
and do it.
made by children in China. Okay, better go throw that away. Right? Like it's just, you cannot do it. Okay. And
Yeah.
there's certain
This-
things you can control, right? But like,
No, I'm not doing that.
Look,
Yeah,
I
I
get
mean,
it. There's
I
certain
will
things.
definitely, I will definitely throw this Nintendo Switch in the trash compactor though.
No,
Look, the thing here's the thing though, is like, yeah, there's small things you can control, right? Like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna go eat Papa John's pizza, right? Because that, he's what he is, right? But I'm not gonna like not play Harry Potter because whatever she did, right? Like I'm just.
Yeah, because at that point you're punishing the wrong people. You're punishing the people who
Avalanche
have.
is a great studio.
Which
Avalanche is a wonderful studio, right? They've done a couple licensed games, right? Like the Disney Cars games they've done. They did Disney Infinity. They've done a lot of interesting things, and this is their first like major, huge budget game, right? And I want to support them because I don't know if you've ever listened to interviews from their staff or anything. Like, a lot of them are really interesting people. They do a lot of different things, and I want to support this studio. I think they're a great studio.
Which I think people will end up buying this game. I think it's going to be
People
a million plus seller.
It's going to sell at least 5 million units easy, I think.
So-
That's my opinion.
That's just there's so okay. So for example, I learned about this recently. Like the porn industry, for instance, there's a lot of abuse in that. And people will actually seek out certain female directors or other types of directors because of the abuse that happens. So I'm willing to bet a lot of these people who are virtue signaling over Harry Potter probably watch some people get it on film online. Just okay, you're closed. I shop at Walmart.
Yeah,
And
that's why
the shirt is $6. I guess I'm horrible because somebody in a sweatshop
You're awful.
made this. I don't know.
Canceled.
I eat chicken. I eat meat. I mean, my God.
Celeste is going in right now.
Well, I hate that holier than thou, especially whenever it's
Oh,
from
yeah, for
behind
real.
the safety net of a screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or people who have no fucking idea about what's really going on, because like J.K. Rowling, like she's out there doing this, doing that, like she's the creator of the franchise, but guess what? Like all this stuff that's coming out in Harry Potter and stuff, like she doesn't write that much of that stuff anymore. Like she probably gives, like, if anything, probably like a creative idea on how it should go, and that's about it. Like she
The most she does.
She spends.
She actually is the screenwriter for the Fantastic Beasts movies. That's like what she's doing now, expanding the universe.
Yeah, so I feel like the most she's doing now is just being a troll on Twitter.
Stephanie, any opinion about this? And then I'll quickly get to what I've been playing.
No, I just think I echo Celeste fully. That's exactly how I feel. But I've had so many enraged moments in the last few weeks that I'm just all enraged out. So just ditto.
Yeah, I just it's why I stopped listening. Like the video game industry, the one side that's like everybody clings to, right? It's like everybody on their shows or on their streams or on their YouTube channels are just like, we got to be a better whatever. And then you see them on Twitter and all they do is shit talk or yell at each other or ban each other from each other and then take screenshots of their bans and talk shit about the people who banned them.
They
right?
get paid to do this?
Yeah.
So we saw that in interview.
They're actually drawing paychecks.
Yeah. And like a lot of things that I used to listen to, I just don't listen to anymore because it's just like, it's all fake. It's all dumb, fake, hyperbole on the internet. And I'm really tired of it. I can't stand it. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good people out there, right? We know a lot of good people. We have a lot of good guests on, we have a lot of friends in this side of the internet, right? But like, man, there's just people out there who claim to be like, we're great people. And then you see them on Twitter or in,
Alex
videos
Jones
or
of
whatever.
the world.
Oh, good
videos,
movie.
and all they do is like shit talk other people who
even worse. They're doing really deplorable stuff to like women and children, in their personal lives,
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my gosh, get over yourselves, guys. It's just
It makes them feel better. That's what it is. They feel like they're
How
a
do you feel that much?
crusader.
How do you feel that much better though, knowing that you're on some bullshit? How?
Because they don't view it that way.
because
view that
they just
they're-
get to the point where they just believe themselves.
And I will say, I've heard this from gay people, trans people, women. A lot of times, the people who are super outspoken for them want to speak for them on their behalf, which is kind of the opposite of what they should be doing. They do not empower the people and the groups that they think they are because they think they know better than they do. And to me, that's incredibly insulting. So, I get it. You want to prove that you're an ally. You want to prove that you care for other people. Well, why don't you donate to causes? Why don't you be a mentor? Why don't you go out and vote? Why don't you advocate for causes? I mean, if someone is reading Harry Potter, I'm not going to look at them and think you're inherently a horrible person.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
I know I am going to get it. Because I do want to play and see what they offer. I just hope that to me personally, I hope the quality is top notch. I know Avalanche is a good company, but I just want the quality to be top notch, and I want to be fair to it because it's not right to just say, oh, it's not fair to make a comment about a game that you're not already expect to fail and make judgment on. That's why that's why even people who get on me, I do play the Grand Theft Autos. I do play any other thing that may seem like negative or down. I don't make no decision until I play it and get my feel of it.
Oh my God. I have like 40 million thousand lines of chat conversation I gotta go through because I know for sure you are not correct on this.
But everything that
I'm poking fun at you,
Okay.
Ed.
I like, but I say if I'm going to judge something, I'm going to play it first, and I'm going to go out and buy it and support it. Because the thing is, it's fun. It's okay to criticize something and everything, but you got to give it a fair shake before you make that criticism, and you got to deliver that criticism in so much not respectable way, but in a manner that seems like you have something professional about you, in a sense. So the games that I've been playing, finished Saints Row.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah, I finished it. Got the review out. I'm still playing some of it because there's some missions that's locked by some of the side quests. So I was just like, I'll probably try to unlock some other things. But I did finish it. Started playing Aliens Fireteam Elite. I gotta buy the DLC. I think it's out now. I just gotta go and buy it.
Yeah, it's out. It's out.
Okay. Just been enjoying that. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 I'm back in it, and this game's story, the twists and turns. Oh boy, I was not ready for this at all. Like, the soundtrack is still just a banger, but this story just Corey, it does the PS2 Xeno Saga thing where for 45 minutes it's nothing but a cutscene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured. I don't have that kind of time.
But I think this one, because there's only 7 chapters, I'm on the 6th chapter. I got one more to go. A lot of people now are just finishing it, and still no one is talking about the story because they don't want to spoil it. Everybody's they're hinting at, when you see this, you're going to be shocked. And I can't spoil anything until I finish this game, and probably in a couple of months I'll be able to talk, like do a breakdown. Getting ready for Splatoon 3 this Friday. And about to start Life is Strange, the remastered, on my Xbox, because we got some talk to walk to do, and we're going to be doing Before the Storm. I am definitely going to be working on all 3 games for Life is Strange for Talk to Walk. But I think I'm going to restart Detroit Become Human.
Nice.
Nice.
That is our Talk to Walk for December.
Oh,
that means I gotta get up on this then.
Yes. And I know people have their problems with Quantum Dreams, but there are times in Detroit Become Human, there's one part I feel like I want to emotionally cry, and it kind of means something. And I think sometimes with Quantum Dreams, I know, like I said, they get the negative feedback for things because of the owner of it, or David Cage. But there are some parts and some stuff in the story for some of his games that are really moving, that really speaks out. And like, if you're looking for a walking simulator game or and that style, Quantum Dreams have some of the best ones. They kind of were the leader of it. And I know Telltale is different in a sense when they have their games, but like, being able to have more choices and be able to speak about things and like really feel like your choices really matter because it's some human emotion to it. Man, I thought his one for PS3, not Heavenly Sword, but
Hard Rain.
Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain. Yeah. Hard Rain.
Heavy Rain threw me literally for a loop because I was engaged in that game, and it's one of the best PS3 games that I love on that console. And so Detroit Become Human, like I say, ever since I seen the trailer, I've been wanting that game, and when it came out day one, I ended up buying it, even amidst all the controversy. So I'm going to be going back playing that game and starting from the beginning, because I definitely can't remember where I'm at. I'm going to make different choices, and I really cannot wait to have that discussion for that game, because I think it's going to be what I'm going to love about it is hearing everybody's choices and what they got out from that game. So that's what's been up with me, and that's what I've been playing. And then a new Voice of Cards drop in a couple of weeks, which I'm also buying.
Oh, jeez.
Ed, you have a question in the chat from Master RBG. But will you be a kid now or a squid now?
I would be a kid now, because when I get Splatoon 3, when I get off of work, I'm grabbing all the snacks. So I'm going to be getting the Mountain Dew, the chips, the Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos. Oh my gosh.
So
What is this,
good.
1997?
They're back.
Yeah.
Are
But
they?
instead of the kangaroo cookies, they're little medallions with a D on them.
Yeah.
Yes. So it may be, and it also may be a pizza night. What I do for pizza though, it's gonna be weird. Do I do Mott's? Do I do Domino's? I know I can't do Pizza Hut because I'm gonna get judged.
Yeah, you will.
Stuffed crust is the way.
Oh no. Too much cheese.
I'm trying to look for the gyro quesadillas that Corey had on his trip. I'll need to find a place who did it. Someone does that so I could get some. I might even do a gyro, or gyro, or wherever you say.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yes. So get the list ready, Jesse, on where we're eating at. Cause I know that one place that we didn't get to go, we need to make that trip next week.
Oh yeah. There's a couple of places, and now I'm in a new place, so now there's like even more places.
Yes. But yeah, that's all for me.
Cool. Stephanie, what are you doing with your life?
Oh, lots. Not as much gaming as I'd like, but let's see. I'm still watching Sandman. I'm still playing Monster Hunter, not as frequently as I'd like, but I did get another hunt in, and I get to brag a little bit here. But I was at my boyfriend's, and because he's like, bring your Steam Deck. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna be that couple where you're gaming on your computer and I'm gaming on my Steam Deck in the same room, and we're playing Monster Hunter. My game loaded and launched faster than his PC. I'm like,
Wow.
Loser. Dumping.
I know. I was so happy. I'm like, in your face, PC gamer person, you. But that was fun. Which, by the way, I did order all three of the amiibos, and I know it's from GameStop, but they just looked too good. I'm also playing, Jesse, you'll be proud of me even though I'm years late, and Corey too, but I am playing Death's Door on the Steam Deck.
Yay.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was years late too.
But it's great, and I think I said this last week, but as I'm playing more, putting more and more hours into it, Steam Deck runs the Microsoft Edge, aka Xbox Cloud Gaming, aka Game Pass on the Steam Deck just fine. I mean, I'm playing on my wireless internet, and my internet's good, but I have, knock on wood, haven't experienced any issues. Loads fine, barely lags. It's great. I need to work on my patience. I'm an impatient gamer, so I'm like just swiping away at my sword, and I die a bajillion times, and I'm just like, it's my fault. I gotta learn to slow it down.
You got to get the different weapons soon. Because once you get once you get the last big weapon, you're gonna be like, oh, I could do this game with ease.
Yeah. So honestly, those are just kind of the two games that I'm back and forth on. I know it's kind of boring. I did repaint my office, and I'm getting my like gaming setup. Working
Love
on
that blue.
Yeah, dark blue, and like I just dropped my phone. See, I'm working on that. You'll see my drill there.
Look
And
how
audio
nice.
listeners, you
Look
can't
how
really see.
fun.
Once it's done, I'll actually.
Can I tell you it goes so well with your Zelda shield in the back?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'll take the link bag off. But I'm glad you mentioned that, Ed, because you know what else I bought? Because I'm an idiot and I waste my money on things I don't need. But because I'm like, well, I'm redoing my office, I bought a Deku shield replica off Etsy,
Ooh.
as well as a Majora's Mask replica, and I'm gonna hang.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Nice.
That's gonna look cool.
Yes.
And if I'm
I'm
getting,
curious.
oh, go ahead, LeRon.
How do these people get away with selling this stuff? And Nintendo not swatting them.
Because they're not big enough for Nintendo to be on Nintendo's
Yeah.
radar.
That
Yeah.
and like maybe it depends on the design, because sometimes, well, applies to some designs. I noticed like maybe the color variation might be slightly different. So I'm wondering because it's not the exact replica. But no, I get your point. Like, I don't know. I mean, not my problem. I'm gonna give them money for their hard work. Because I'll send you a link to this Majora's Mask one. It's like on wood grain. The painting is exceptional. And there's like 4 different sizes. I couldn't afford the largest size, so I got the one size down. But if it's big enough, because my son wants to be Link again for Halloween. This is like his 3rd or 4th year in a row. I'm like, don't you want to be anything else? He's like,
Yeah.
no, I want to be Link.
That's because mom is obsessed with Link.
I said you can be anything else.
Send me a screenshot of your hero in Monster Hunter. I want to see how close to Link they look. I know you got a sword and shield, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna pick up the bow real soon.
But I'm sick and tired of being Princess Zelda because I'm not a girly girl. I hate pink.
To be fair, you were Fee last year.
Well, okay, I'm getting there, so I changed it to Fire Fee last year. And since I'm getting Majora's Mask, maybe I'll be the Skull Kid, and he'll be Link.
Ooh. Is he going to be regular Link or Fierce Deity Link? Are you going to paint his face?
I'll have to ask him because that's his shield. He has his master sword, and he has his like typical green uniform. So I'll see if he's open to it. Because like on Mario Kart, he always plays as Link, and you have the 2 options of Breath of the Wild Link with the blue tunic or the standard Link with the green. He doesn't want blue Link. He needs green Link. He's like, that's the original Link. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, but in Link's Awakening, blue Link gives you more defense.
Okay, well, he's still young, all right? Give him, he's only 6.
I do have a question though, just because I'm thinking about it. What is whoever likes Zelda on the chat, what's your favorite iteration of Princess Zelda?
Mine is Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
Child or adult or both?
I like adult.
Are you talking about just design-wise or also personality-wise?
Design-wise.
I like her design-wise because she's also chic in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
so that's why I love her.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cop-out.
I would say if it's just a design, I actually really love Twilight Princess Zelda. I don't like her as a like the best character, but as design, I love Twilight Princess Zelda.
Beautiful dress.
Yeah, and she carries a sword. She looks
yeah.
cool. That sword is cool. Oh man,
Every Zelda game that I played and I love, she's always the damsel in distress. So I have no comment.
On her design.
Well, but that's
Yeah,
why, LeRon, like, if we're going by favorite Zelda by her personality or something, I'm thinking more Skyward Sword or Breath of the Wild, where she has more agency at least. Yes, she still is in some way, shape, or form kind of captured, but at least she's doing something about it.
Mm-hmm.
I also think she looks really cool in Hyrule Warriors. I mean, the game's not great, but she looks cool.
Master RBG just mentioned that.
Yeah.
And plus,
Queen Zelda.
Yeah.
And plus, Zelda does play a part, so I understand why, if she is captured, why, and that's because she is the reason why that Ganon is defeated all the time, most of the time, because the light arrow.
That thing is under $100. The quality on that looks like it should be like $150, $200.
It's on sale too, but yeah, like that wood grain, like that's not some cheap printed on plastic shit. That's hell yeah, it's worth it.
Nice.
So that's it.
Cool. I'm also a fan of Breath of the Wild Zelda because she's cool and not your generic typical Zelda.
Yeah.
At first, I thought she was kind of annoying and whiny, but that's just because we were getting like parts of her in piecemeal, like in the memories.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got to know her, I'm like, all right, well, clearly she's this way for a reason. So
I have to say, I think my favorite badass version of Zelda would have to be Child Zelda in Ocarina of Time, because I wish I could be that brave as an adult, much less 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that wise.
I wonder what would happen if Zelda ever became evil.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say stupid.
Oh no.
What if we had a stupid princess?
No. I would love to see how Zelda, if she was like evil.
With the Triforce of Wisdom in her possession? Oh, she'd be a powerhouse.
Or like, yeah, if the Triforce parts got like reversed, what if she ended up getting the one for power and Link got something else?
If they all switched to Triforce, that would be a crazy Zelda game.
I think someone did someone write about that for Boss Rush or another Zelda podcast? Yeah, I thought so. That topic sounds really familiar.
Where you played as Ganon and you had
Well,
I always had
the idea of, and we've talked about it multiple times, but like if you made like a hardcore action RPG kind of like Dark Souls, but it would be like, you know, like a Hyrule Souls type game, and you played as Ganon during the timeline where Link dies, would be super cool.
Oh, I thought because if you wanted a Souls game like that, it's called The Legend of Zelda 2. Go play that.
That game
sucks. Master RPG says we did have quote unquote ton Zelda. It was Hilda from Link Between Worlds.
Okay, he's not lying on that one. Hey, real fast Zelda nerds. Tetra, was she a reincarnation of Zelda, or was she
she was Zelda, but she didn't
like awakened
realize...
as Zelda.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that she gets my vote then, because I did play Wind Waker.
I want to play as Zelda so badly. Aside from Hyrule Warriors, but
it's time for Zelda to go rescue Link.
Breath of the Wild 2. Maybe that's
telling
why it's getting delayed.
If Ganon knew what was up, he would kidnap Link.
No, they should have. They should have. What they should do is make a prequel to Breath of the Wild while Link is in the tomb. And
yes, not Hyrule Warriors.
No.
The thing about it is that Zelda would have Zelda would have to play like the modern Tomb Raider games, because if you want to go get that bow right, I think the Tomb Raider games gets the bow usage right.
I mean, it could be a traditional Zelda game. You just play Zelda.
Yeah. Well, you gotta make it all complicated.
Yeah, Ed. No.
Because
if I want to play Tomb Raider, I'll go play Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but because no one's going to play Zelda and Hyrule Warriors to get an idea, then
it's because nobody likes Hyrule Warriors.
So I don't know. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I actually wrote to Nintendo when I was a child, and I don't know where my letters are, but they responded.
Didn't everybody
to
write
me.
to Nintendo when they were a child?
I
sent them a couple of letters.
Not
I don't remember if I thought this or actually shared this idea with them. I've shared a few ideas with them. I would love it if you could disguise yourself, kind of like Princess Jasmine in Aladdin, where you could be a peasant version of Zelda and a royal version of Zelda.
Be cool.
You disguise yourself. I thought that would be cool. I don't know. I love that idea because I think as I get older and I realize what celebrities and royalty have to go through, I would want a day where I wouldn't have to be recognized.
Or like Mulan, where she pretends to be a guy or something.
She gender bends.
Yes. When Super Smash Bros. Melee came out and you could use Zelda's powers and transform into Sheik, that changed my life.
That was some
and
cool
I was
shit.
Like, we need this in a Zelda game. Please. Yeah. Please make it happen.
Top 10 cross-dressing in games. Oh goodness.
No. Top 10 cross. Link in his little Gerudo outfit is adorable.
I mean, come on, it's Cloud from Final Fantasy VII Remake is definitely in like the top.
That looks a hot mess. That looks a hot mess. I was dying in tears. Oh my goodness. So
Okay,
Hilarious.
I've never played a Final Fantasy title before.
That's okay.
10.
I know 10 I need to play is the one I need to play before I play any
10,
of them.
10's good.
She's
10
a
is too.
she's a 10, but she's never played a Final Fantasy game. Go. What's her rating?
You know what? I can actually say Celeste.
Yeah,
You
hold
think
on,
I'm a 10?
Actually,
I'll turn it back. I'll turn it back around on me. He's a 10, but he hates Ocarina of Time. What's my rating?
Well, Timmy doesn't really play Zelda games. So
Oh.
I don't even think he listens to any of the podcasts I'm on. He just
Fire.
supports me.
Stephanie, do you agree?
Dump him.
If Celeste should cosplay as Lulu for Final Fantasy X.
Lulu? What does Lulu look like?
That'd be
Oh,
a good idea.
I could see it,
Oh.
actually.
Just
we go.
look her up. Lulu, Final Fantasy X.
Cause she's top 10. She's top tier queen diva. Like I love. Like everybody loves. Lulu for
She's
Final
like Lizzo. She's like Big Frida, Queen Diva. She's our bounce queen here in New Orleans.
Yes.
Please tell me you know who Big Frida is. Please,
I don't know
God.
any of these.
I
names,
know
just saying.
Big Frida.
I knew
is.
no Big Frida.
I'm that queen that'll make you bounce. I'm that queen that'll make you bounce. Will Lulu make me bounce? I don't know.
Oh,
She's got stuff
I don't know.
that
Lulu will
bounces,
make
I can
you
tell you
bounce.
that.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Ed, I greatly appreciate you think I could pull off this cosplay, and when I die, you will be in my will for thinking I can pull off this cosplay.
Because I think you got the facial features and your makeup. You could definitely get the makeup down notch. Like,
I'd have to do what I used to do in elementary school and stuff tissues in my bra for because she's got it going on.
Ugh.
I love Lulu.
I
We have devolved into
I just
Afterburner.
want to see someone make the Moogle doll dance. That's all. I just want to see it.
Well, LeRon, we wanted you from Final Fantasy VII Remake to play
Don't say
Barret.
Barrett. Don't say Barrett. Come on now.
You got the looks to play Barret.
I'm not
Racist,
barrel
Ed.
chest.
From-
I'm not barrel.
From
Exactly. Exactly.
Blonde? Who is this blonde?
All Ed wants
Riku.
is for me to be in the freaking puffer vest, with no shirt on underneath, like with a dangling chain and all this stuff, and just talking shit.
I mean, don't you do that anyway?
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Look, Nellie's in the chat.
You are not.
Yes.
You are not gonna slander my good image, sir. That's nice. Oh, noshirt.com. Thanks, Nelly.
Is that a real website? Should I click on this? Is it just pictures of LeRon?
Hold on. I'll look
Sarah
for you.
McLachlan using
You know
the
what?
background?
I'll look for
It's
you.
it's the secret link to LeRon's OnlyFans page. Oh, good times. Good times.
By the way, Nellie has a cousin who lives in my city, and she was here for Mardi Gras in 2020, and I did not realize that. So she's going to have to come back to Mardi Gras.
It's fun. Super fun. Well, we did it. We did the thing.
What were we supposed to be talking about?
Whatever
Was
we
there a
want.
topic?
Whatever we want.
Okay.
And did everyone talk about what they were playing?
I didn't, but nobody wants to hear what I've been
She's
playing.
coming.
I didn't either.
Yeah, see,
Oh.
LeRon and Corey.
LeRon, what are you playing?
I'll make this really fast. Saints Row, Ghost of Tsushima, Monster Hunter.
How far are you in Ghost of Tsushima now?
Yeah.
I've done a little bit. I've finished Lady Adachi's freaking storyline. Oh my god, this woman. Woo!
Something, ain't it?
I love her fire though. I will say that.
Yeah.
I still need to pick
Yes.
up a copy of that because I've
Woo!
been wanting to play it, but I
And I
just,
said this.
It's
And I
so
said this on
good.
Crossroads. Even though I'm playing the free copy that came on PlayStation Plus Extra, I'm going out and buying a physical copy of the game. Like they
Yeah.
deserve this much. Like it's not very often that a game that they give away for free. Like I on PlayStation Plus, giving them a subscriber. Like I will go out and buy a physical copy of, but this one deserves it.
It's such a gorgeous
Like
game.
I'm really embarrassed that I didn't play it back when it was out. But there's too much going on. The summer of 2020.
18.
No, that the game's not that old.
Yeah, it's old. Or
No,
yeah,
because it came out 'Cause-
21,
It
didn't
it
it?
did not come out the same year as God of War and Spider-Man.
No, it came. Did it come out after Last of Us? I think it did.
It came out right before The Last of Us. That's 2020. It came out in 2020.
So it came out after The
Oh.
Last of Us because The Last of Us was in June. Ghost of Tsushima was in July because Paper Mario came out.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was in July of that
Okay.
year. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, I was playing.
You want to
Ice-
know what I think? I
Wait,
think
no, I wasn't
they,
playing Iceborne. What was I
I
playing?
wonder- I wonder if they announced it in 2018. Ghost of Tsushima.
July 17th, 2020.
Yeah,
Nelly just commented.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that's basically been it. And I haven't really been playing that much, of the games lately because I just got into this lull where I was like doing other stuff. I'm binge watching Insecure right now. And that's I didn't think I was gonna get hooked in this show as much as I did. So yeah, there's that. My boyfriend's loving the fact that I am watching it because like as soon as I watch an episode, I'm like, yo, they're so messy. It's like, man, nobody can get their shit together. And yeah, I know he's waiting for me to start Euphoria. I know he is.
I liked that show. I haven't watched all of it, but I like some of it. I like what I've watched.
I like teenage dramas. I like teenage drama shows. Like I grew up in the heyday of when like we had like all that teenage drama, like 90210 and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
not another teen movie and all that stuff. I love that stuff, But I look at Euphoria and I'm like, man, Euphoria is the reason why like I wanted to become a psychiatrist because like, man, these kids have problems, and and it's almost a little too real. I'm almost like, man, I feel like I'm going to get emotionally damaged watching this movie.
Yeah, I
that's
liked that
show.
20 Reasons or whatever. I watched
I
that.
gotta get on that
That
one
was
too.
really
I gotta
good.
get on that one too. Yeah, like I just gotta suck it up and get past this suicide scene.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the first episode.
What
Wow.
show is this?
13 Reasons Why.
Oh,
13
the
Reasons
book.
Why,
I
yeah,
have,
that's
I have the book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah,
is
apparently
interesting.
Netflix went back and retroactively like edited that scene, which jokes on them. I have that. I have that episode.
I honestly, that's not even. I honestly think the end of the first season or the beginning of the second season or whatever that was even more traumatic. The whole school. shooting.
Every season, is like like been hitting on something from what I've heard. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch what Sex Education. What else is there?
How to Build a Sex Room.
You know what? Between you, Andre, and Stoy, y'all keep mentioning that.
They watched it.
They've talked about it.
It's
gotta
kind of
watch
good.
it.
It's good.
It's
This is
empowering. It will put you in
Yeah.
a great.
It's
mood.
empowering. It's empowering.
It's
We
not
can't
dirty.
we can't
And
see
we-
what's in that door next to Celeste outside of her office.
Lord? Oh no! These rooms are more than my whole damn house. So
Wow.
We got to start somewhere.
and the other show on Netflix is Principles of Pleasure.
Oh snap!
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you're staying on for After Dark, right?
I've got to get up early tomorrow.
Lame.
I am lame.
Well, speaking of lame,
Corey's playing Destiny 2. That's all he's playing.
I am. That's why I was just going to end the show without saying anything about Destiny 2. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to episode 150 of the Boss Rush podcast. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you to our free listeners. Thank you to 3-ish years of doing things here on this, whatever this is, this ride, this channel, this
journey.
Yeah.
This journey.
Ed, Celeste, Jesse, LeRon, Stephanie, thank you for your time tonight, as always. I'm glad.
Aw.
I'm glad it could be all of us here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nice to
This
be
is
back.
this was great. This was great.
What are we called? The OG6? What are we called? I don't know.
The
Anyways.
terrific six.
The dirty
sure.
the dirty half dozen. Oh wait, that's After Dark.
The
Oh, no.
Bionic
All right.
Bionic 6.
The Bionic 6.
Oh
I think
no.
y'all should get Nelly to get on After Dark, to be on After Dark. Get her.
Right?
Get her on.
Right?
Nelly, are you watching your cousin tonight? I hope not. Bring your cousin. Never mind, your cousin's underage. Don't bring your
Oh no.
Your
On
cousin's
that
like
note-
1 or 2, so don't bring your cousin.
We love you, Nelly.
On that note, Celeste, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Fairy Crypt.
Ed?
You guys can find me on Twitter at that Retrico and on Instagram at that Retrico, and check out Nintendo Pop Block and Expression Pass on YouTube.com or bossrush.net. And if you are a Patreon supporter, you get Expression Pass early. Yeah, and check out Breaking Nintendo and Talk to Walk.
Stephanie?
People can find me on the internet. Twitter, Instagram at Klimov_author. My various articles on bossrush.net, After Dark, and Disney Standard Definition.
LeRon?
You can find me on social media at Exodus803, as well as YouTube, Twitch, PlayStation Network ID, as well as my Steam ID. I already threw it. Who put the OnlyFans? Who put the OnlyFans?
Did you leave
in
your
the
other
chat?
tabs open again?
I hope that's your real. I'm not clicking on it.
And don't forget, Tuesday nights on my YouTube channel, the Crossroads Video Game Podcast, where we talk about PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, along with some other stuff. That's
Jesse?
it.
You find me, let me know. You can still find me pretty much everywhere as Phantom NXS, I believe. I think. I don't go on social media much anymore, but
Too busy with your girlfriend.
Yeah, too busy
Yeah.
living life, doing
Yeah.
things like you should be. Well, Jesse,
Yeah.
I missed you. I'm glad you were able to come on. I'm glad you have an open seat here. Like
Mhm.
we need to tell you that, but we
Mhm.
miss you.
yeah, yeah,
miss you,
no, it
Jesse.
was. Yeah, I know. It was like it's been rough. Not getting to do this as much, and like obviously it was for a reason. Like I needed to kind of take some time and figure. I'm still figuring life out. I think we all are, but like that never ends. But yeah, I definitely do want to once I got everything set up here, because like right now I just kind of made it happen with what I got, but once I got a better setup and everything, I really would like to get back into it again and actually pay attention to the news, because I'll be honest, I'm like, oh yeah, oh that's going on. Like I'm completely out of the loop now. Like I have no idea what's going on like in the world of games, to be honest, right now. But
If it makes you feel better,
change
Jesse, every Sunday night on Nintendo Power Block, I'm scrambling to figure out what happened the week before. So
yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Like I've caught little things here and there, but yeah, like I recently was looking up the whole stuff. I'm like, I wonder what's happening with the Activision stuff yet for Xbox. Like when is that going to be coming to Game Pass and things like that? And yeah, and it sounds like it doesn't finish until next year, which it feels like that acquisition happened like years ago at this point. But it was like only a year ago that they even talked about all that. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me too.
You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block, Expansion Pass, Standard Def, Tower Casuals, all of the stuff here on the Boss Rush Network. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Check out our website, bossrush.net. Subscribe to your YouTube channel. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Follow us on Twitter at Boss Rush Podcast, all that stuff. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.